I think for me, it's just, again, people talk about, like masculinity and this term that gets thrown around all the time, like this toxic masculinity and whatever the fuck that means. And I just think that, again, it's like, what are the examples that we're putting forward, and what are the examples of people, as fathers, what kind of men are you surrounding yourself by? What are the things that are important to you? And I think it's not, to me at least, it's not, some sort of rejection of these classically masculine traits. I think that, having the ability and understanding you have the responsibility to keep your family safe is absolutely essential in being a man and
Yeah.
in providing. I think having a healthy relationship with violence, having an understanding of it. I think teaching your kids to have a relationship with violence where they're not being ruled by fear or shame, but they can have some sort of understanding, they can touch it, they understand it a little bit, they know what they're doing. I think it's essential. And I also think, being accepting, being kind, being open, being generous, being empathetic are also, part of being a man. And I think that, oftentimes, because so many of the people I think who are kind of leading the charge and who have, so much, sort of have so much of the platform at their disposal, are kind of leading in these sort of toxic ways where it's all a bunch of bombast and bullshit. And to me, like, it's been my experience, folks who really know what they're doing in that world, really don't need to, show off about it at all.
Right, the people that are high achievers, they don't really have to beat their own chest and
I think that's right.
blow their own horn.
I think that's right.
Yeah, what we think of as toxic masculinity is really a bunch of losers. So a lot of it is like the worst example. But you could get the same, there's no term toxic femininity, right? But there's toxic human beings, and some of them happen to be male, and some of them happen to be female. But it's not an indictment on male,
Right.
The male gender of the species. That's
Right.
Crazy.
Right.
And the idea that you don't need men, that somehow or another, like, the female is the future. It's like, what are you talking about? That's crazy.
Yeah.
You need a balance. There's a yin and a yang in this life for a reson.
That's right.
All of it goes together.
That's right.
It's just everybody has to do better.
That's right.
Yeah.
And I think that's something that I've really, on this thing that I'm trying to do. I'm really just trying to put up examples of that, men and women who again really walk that walk and are not leading with sort of just, and trying to give whatever platform I have to those kinds of people who are real examples of that.